Okay, so let me explain what's happening at the Dream Store. The concept is that we have three major departments laid out here. On the right-hand side, we have the upholstery department. In the center, we have the dining department. And on the left, we have the bedroom department. What we know is that customers coming into a store come in and 75% of them turn right. So we're relying on that 75% right turn. And what the customers will do is they'll follow the line of the walkway that is defined by different colors of carpeting. That carpeting has two effects. One, it helps the staff keep the merchandise corralled in different areas. And two, it helps give direction to the way that the customers enter the store. A lot of customers are coming back for second, third, fifth, 10th time where they're coming back to pay. And those continual payments that they're making bring them back on various journeys to the store. So we've placed the position where they make those payments at the back of the store in order to draw them through the whole store experience. So the way it's laid out is that on the right-hand side, the room sets are laid out with table lamps inside them. Notice all the table lamps are lit. What that helps to do is to produce the color on the merchandise and the texture of all the upholsteries. And then as they move through to the back of the store, they're drawn to the area where the large screen TVs are on the back wall, which can be seen right from the front door of the store. On their return journey, as they come back, they usually choose a different path than they did going in and come back along this pathway in front of the mattresses. We've tried to show the mattresses much like you do in a department store or in a furniture store, where they have sufficient pillows and they have sufficient bed coverings on them to make them look fully finished, not bare like an empty mattress, but also to sell mattresses at the same time. We know that during this time that mattresses have been, for the last 5 years, one of the major contributors to sales for the whole furniture industry. And they are very much an impulse buy item that you need to expose customers to. We found that by placing mattresses at the front of these rental stores, we've increased sales by as much as 40% during the time that we've moved them in these locations rather than having them at the back of the store. So what we have here is we're at the back of the store where the customer has to come in order to make their monthly payment or weekly payment. At this point, we're able to see the cleaning area within the store, washing and drying. We're able to see all of the impulse buy of the upgrading for their computer or their television system. We're able to see over here the cooking area and the refrigeration area. Now, what we've learned is that these are separate pieces in terms of purchase. And then, of course, there's the last impulse buy item here, which is to see the jewelry in the display case. As customers begin to pay off their debt and get to a point where they have more disposable income, they are able to step up to these kinds of purchases. And so this selling zone here is more about impulse buy than the rest of the store, which is more about considered purchase. So here we are on our way out of the store, having just bought something or having completed our purchase. And you'll notice how the merchandise is waterfall down. That means that it's high at the back and it gradually descends towards the front of the store. That means that on entering the store, you can see all of this merchandise. If you choose to come in this side, you can see it all in one go. On the other hand, as we come back out of the store, you can't help but see the mattresses, the additional add-on sales. And we know that mattresses is a high impulse buy item today with all of the new technologies that have been introduced into mattresses. And then on top of that, you have all the incentive programs from the mattress manufacturers and the spiff programs and so on that all make this a very good add-on sale item. High profit, high ticket. So the flooring here is a lay-down tile. It's a marble, solid marble tile, which is laid over a rubber material underneath. That means you don't have to prepare the floor. You don't have to have all that machines cutting into that, the dust in the store, the mess that creates, the downtime in the store. This can be laid on top of carpet. It can have a stainless steel edge, which makes it possible to run appliances on and off of it. It's a solid marble, so it doesn't need polishing or finishing in any way. It stays looking good on an ongoing basis. And if your lease in the store is for 5 years and you decide to move it, or you want to move it to another location, you pick it up and move it to another location, and you can run carpet in this location instead. So it's a very easily replaceable. The cost of it is less than the cost of preparing a normal floor and then putting down a tile on top of that floor. Okay, so this is a Centare machine, and the whole idea is that it puts out some scent into the atmosphere of the store. If we were a chocolate store, it might be putting out the smell of chocolate, for example, because in a chocolate store, most of the product is wrapped for, good sanitary reasons, and, you would never smell the chocolate in the store, and you would never have that impulse. Once you can generate a sense of smell, particularly a sense of smell that invokes salivation in your mouth, and you start to get an appetite going, then it has a tremendous effect on the amount of conversion we can get between customers and their tendency to purchase. In an environment like this, we want to put out a new smell, we want to put out a clean smell, we want to put out a sense of well-being. Cinnamon is a good smell for this kind of an environment, and we want to get that kind of thing. This is a very simple machine that does that. It's pretty much invisible once we place it behind a piece of furniture or in a typical environment, and it really does invoke a better feeling of well-being inside the store. So in the store we have a automated sales kiosk. And the purpose in this kiosk is to expose customers to a wider range of merchandise than could possibly fit in a small store. Stores are getting bigger and bigger, and we're competing against stores that are 10 times the size of a typical rental store. And one way to do that is to expose customers to the total catalog of product that is available to them. So the whole idea here is to use this kind of product as a way of creating a virtual showroom to extend the store.
This product also addresses the millennials, the next generation RTO customer that's used to the flexibility, to the self-service concept. So it addresses that market as well. I'll just demonstrate the payment taking here real quick. So a customer would come in, log into their account. They would be able to access the agreements that they have on file. And from that, very easily process their payment. So they would swipe their credit card, and we have that simulated here, so it shows the payment processing. It also has a overhead digital signage component, so it's a pull to bring that customer over to the kiosk. A great place for you to run your stills and ads and latest commercial, by example. And so that's pretty much it in a nutshell. It's the ASAP kiosk, automated sales and payment. It's available today through High Touch Technologies and DAC.